What's going on, everyone? So we're back outside today, and the minute I decide to come outside to set my camera up, it starts pouring rain out. It was beautiful, it was sunny earlier, but the minute I came outside, that's it, started raining. And since I have everything already all set up, I said, you know what, forget it, we're just going to shoot it in the rain. I'm not getting wet, so why not do a rainy day video? So today we're going to check out a Dual 18650 coming from Vaporesso. This, my friends, is called the Polar. Yes, it's a 220 watt device. It is a kit. It will include the Cascade Baby SE sub-ohm tank with the ever so famous mesh coil heads. Got it loaded up with some of the strawberry pie from the chop shop. Really good stuff. Got it, let's see, what do we at here? 74 watts. Here we go. Let's have a vape. Hopefully the rain's not too loud. Hopefully it don't get too nasty. And we'll talk about the Polar. Here we go. Nothing like planes and rain for a video, right? So the Polar was sent over directly by Vaporesso for the purpose of this review. If you guys are looking to pick one up or check one out after the video, a bunch of places have these currently on pre-order. Going price, as always, depending on where you shop, depends on how much you spend. I think the lowest price I've seen it for was around $59, all the way up to $96. So inside the box, you're going to get the Vaporesso Polar device. They're going to toss in the Cascade Baby SE sub-ohm tank that will include one drip tip, one tank, two coil heads, micro USB charging cable, and a user manual. Now the Polar measures in at 90 millimeters tall, 45 millimeters wide, and 28 millimeters thick. It is available in 5 different colors, and this is the green and black one that I have here. First thing you'll notice is that it's a very shiny, high gloss device. It's going to pick up all my lighting. And it's also going to be a fingerprint magnet, so keep that in mind. At the top, just a very standard basic 510 connection, gold-plated spring-loaded pin in the center. The 510 connection is nice and centered with the device, so all your atomizers will look good sitting on top. The Baby SE tank measures 25 millimeters, so let's size it up with the provided tank. And as you can see, it does sit nice and flush. 25 millimeters will get you no overhang. So anything over 25, it's going to overhang. The firing switch on the Polar is pretty comfortable. Nice and clicky, very rock solid. You'll notice there's a little bit of a ledge at the top right here. And if you press it right there, it's very comfortable. You can also press it in the middle, but more towards the bottom. If you try to press it there, it's not going to allow you to press it. Aside from that, very tight switch, no rattle, and just been a joy to use. At the bottom, we got some holes cut out for battery ventilation. On the back side, we got the Polar logo with the Vaporesso logo. This is going to be your battery door. Nice, tight battery door. And at times, it's actually kind of hard to remove the battery door because there's no cutouts to put your nails. So if you don't have nails, you might struggle just a little bit with getting the door off. But I don't find that to be a bad thing. So let me try to get my nail in here. There we go. There's going to be the battery door. 3 magnets. I love the caution sticker that we have in there. Running Dual 18650s. I got Sony VTC5A in here at the moment. No battery strap, which I like. I hate battery straps. Just your standard battery tray, gold-plated contacts, spring-loaded at the top. And if we pop your batteries in, as always, reverse battery protection. So if you put them in the wrong way, you're not going to fry the chip. And I believe the door goes on like that. There we go. On the front, we got the Polar logo again. Let's try to avoid the lighting. Beautiful 2-inch color display, and I think it's a really nice looking screen. We'll go through the menu system in a moment. Below that, we're going to have the famous Vaporesso 3-button layout. We got your wattage up and down, your menu, and your mode button. And then below that, we got a USB charge port, micro USB. This one actually does 2.5 amp charging over USB, so it will charge your batteries fairly quick. No mention of firmware updates, though, over USB. So the Polar is actually using the same chip as the Vaporesso Amore Pro that I reviewed a few days ago, the 100-watt device, except this goes all the way up to 220 watts. It will fire down to a 0.03 all the way up to 5 ohms, and it also has the instant fire feature where it fires as quick as 0.001 seconds. Now the menu, the features, everything is going to be the same, just like the Amore Pro, except the screen is going to look a little different because we are on a larger screen. On the front, Got your time, your date. Kind of reminds me of like an Android looking theme. And then on the main screen, we got all your information. Currently in voltage mode. We got variable voltage up here. It goes up to 9 volts in variable voltage mode. To access the menu, 3 clicks of the mode button at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. All these cool looking icons. Kind of reminds me of an older Nokia cell phone, the way it looks like that. But very easy to navigate. So starting at the top up here, VW, variable wattage, hard, normal, and soft. CCW, customized curve of wattage, which will allow you to adjust the curve. SP is the smart feature that automatically recommends a wattage for you based on the resistance. VV, variable voltage. CCV, customized curve of voltage. Temperature control for stainless steel, nickel, titanium. Memory banks 1 and 2. BP stands for bypass mode, which works like an unregulated device. Go into set. We have some more options. Time set. The brightness control currently turned all the way up. You can clear out your puff counter. Theme color. You can choose different colors for the theme. Smart feature on and off. Auto on off. Screen timeout. Version of the firmware. You can reset everything back to factory default. Go to exit. To lock the device, 3 clicks of the firing switch. 1, 2, 3. And it locks in the power, but it doesn't actually lock the device itself, so you could still vape. Unlock it. 1, 2, 3. And then holding down the wattage up and down buttons together allow you to adjust the curve. And then 5 clicks will turn the mod on and off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Also inside the kit, you're going to get the Cascade Baby SE tank, 25mm sub-ohm tank. At the top, Delrin 510 drip tip. It actually looks like an 810 drip tip, but when you remove it, you will see it's 510 drip tips only. Of course, you can use all your own standard 510 drip tips. We have the locking kind of top fill feature, just like on the original Cascade Baby. There's no difference. The only difference, I think, is going to be the colored tank. That's going to be the SE version. So to fill this one up, you're going to pull up. It's like a spring-loaded cap. Give it a twist. There's going to be your fill port. And if you have a hard time filling it, you can always remove this. Keep in mind the tank section and the top fill cap is reverse threaded. But you can unscrew this. And then if you want, there we go. You can actually just pop the entire top open like that. So if you have a large bottle and then reverse thread this on here to tighten it. Now this tank will hold 6.5 mLs of liquid. They only include 1 tank. It is a glass tank. It appears to be glass anyways. We have 3 air holes at the bottom. Each air hole measures 9.5 millimeters each. Plenty of airflow. And of course you can close off the airflow for a more restricted vape. Standard gold-plated 510 pin at the bottom. Non-adjustable, of course. And the base is not reverse threaded. So you would unscrew this normally, but just keep in mind you don't want to unscrew the tank as you're unscrewing this. So we remove this. 3-piece tank section. Of course, you could take it apart. For cleaning purposes, they do include 2 coil heads. You'll get the famous, well, this is not the famous coil. This is the famous coil, the 0.18 mesh coil, rated 50 to 85 watts. One of the best mesh coils, I think, on the market. And then you get a standard quad-core coil, 0.15. This one's rated a little high, but it's recommended for 60 to 80 watts. So let's talk a little bit about the Polar. Now, this does include the Cascade Baby SE tank, and I think the only thing that makes it a special edition tank is the colored glass tank. Other than that, it's pretty much the same exact tank as the Cascade Baby, which does come with that awesome mesh coil. We've talked about this tank probably 3 times, 4 times already, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I will say with the mesh coils, this is by far my favorite sub-ohm tank when it comes to mesh sub-ohm tanks. Good flavor, good airflow, holds a lot of liquid, comes with a nice 510 tip, feels like an 810 on the outside, but in reality it's a 510, so huge fan of this tank. The device itself, well, you know what, let me have a quick vape and we'll talk about the device. Delicious, really, really good. Very nice. Now, the Polar, I'll say right off the bat, I think Vaporesso nailed it. They hit it out of the park with this one. The The menu, the chip, the screen. Well, not the screen, but the menu and the chip, same as the Amore Pro. So if you guys remember that video I did, the screen is much smaller. It's only a 100-watt device, but same chip. It functions the same. The menu is laid out exactly the same. But what's nice about this one is that we have a larger screen, much more brighter than the Amore, and just easier to read, and makes it a little bit more easier to navigate since you could actually see the screen. I could see it outdoors. It's not a sunny day, but as you can see there, you can see the screen, you know, fairly decent. 510s in the center, which I do like. 25 millimeters, sits nice on top, no overhang. You got the famous 3-button layout, which makes things so much easier to navigate, especially with that third menu button in the center. I wish every device would have 3 buttons. The firing switch on here, it's comfortable. I did notice at times that you gotta kind of fire it on the very edge right there of the lip. If you try to push it good. Push it in the middle or at the bottom. Sometimes it's a little tough to push, so I think it's made to hit at the very top right there. But aside from that, it's a very comfortable switch. Enjoy the switch. Battery door, it's nice and tight. There's no movement to it. There's no cutout for your nail, which some people may not like, but I actually prefer that, so that way the battery door doesn't accidentally pop off. But if you don't have any nails, you might find it kind of hard to get in there to pop open the battery door. Battery life, you know, go through 2 or 3 sets of batteries depending on how much you're vaping, what the wattage is. I'm usually vaping this anywhere between 70 and 100 watts, and about two sets, maybe 3 sets will get me through an entire day. The Insta fire feature, as they call it, Insta, fires down or fires as quick as a 0.001 second. I will say this thing does fire instantly. Using like a tri-core dual coil RDA, it even fires instantly. And I only vape at 100 watts. I haven't tried vaping it at 220 watts to see if it'll fire that instantly. I doubt it would, but for the way I vape, it's pretty damn quick. And all the Vaporesso devices, for that part, or for that matter, fire pretty damn quick. So I think we got a good one on our hands. This is actually pretty nice. It looks good. Love the color choices, and it just doesn't have that cheesy look to it. They kept things nice and neat, nice and clean. It is a pretty high gloss device, so it's going to be fingerprints all over it. No matter how much you wipe it off, you're going to get fingerprints on it. So if you're anal about fingerprints, you might have to get, I don't know, wrap it in a rubber or something. But other than that, the Polar, I think Vaporesso did an awesome job. Very happy with it, and I enjoyed the Amore Pro. So same mod, well, different mod, but same chip, just gives you an extra 120 watts. So of course I'm going to love this one. But aside from that, that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today on the Polar. If you have any comments or questions, you know exactly what to do. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you guys build safe. Should we do it again? Let's do it again. Whoo! And vape on.